Alright, so upon getting the Miata, I was concerned that there may be a parasitic drain and has some kind of unidentified lead acid battery in it. So the kind of battery you want for the Miata is an AGM. I think the Napa battery is the best option. East Penn batteries or something. And since it's from Napa, you know, you have your warranty and whatnot. But anyway, I was concerned about a potential parasitic drain. So what you want to do, you want to disconnect the negative battery terminal, which is way back here. So you'll need a 10mm extension more than likely, and put your negative lead from your voltmeter. You want to put that on the negative battery terminal, and then put the positive lead to the, put the negative lead on the negative battery post, and put the positive lead on the negative battery terminal. So I'm going to do that real quick and set your voltmeter to DC amps at the highest setting, because you don't want to destroy it. You also don't want to open a door. If you open the door or turn an accessory on, it'll pull more amperage than what this is designed for, and it'll either blow your fuse or fry your voltmeter. Let me see if I can get this in here real quick. 2 hands. So 1 hand and 2 hands. So negative to the negative battery post, and the positive to the negative battery terminal. And I'm getting 0.017 amps, which is normal. Like 50 milliamps, that's normal. In Mazdas, I've seen like 0.016. So I'm switching down to milliamps, putting it back here, and it is reading about 15 milliamps. And that's perfectly normal, perfectly acceptable. I don't see any current sign of a parasitic drain, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in the AGM battery. Unfortunately, you can't get the stock AGM battery. The stock AGM battery is a Panasonic, and it's superior to any of these aftermarket batteries, but it's not sold here in North America. So if you're in the location that I am, I think the Napa battery manufactured by East Penn is the best option. Alright, so for those of you like me who did not have the stock mounting hardware for the battery, you have the tray down here. There's a little bracket down here to hold the tray in place. There's a little piece for the through bolt to go onto, but basically, most importantly, you need this piece to hold it down, and you need a little J hook to hold that down. Without that, you're not going to hold it down. But yeah, segment, that works perfectly. Just move it. This lines up good. And we're pretty much golden. Now I like to put dielectric grease all over everything, just to make sure I don't have any issues down the road. Honestly, I didn't need this battery, but it's what's recommended, and at the same time, I'm going to use the old battery to start another BP motor that needs to be repaired. So I'm not just throwing away a perfectly good battery. It's going to be used on a Protege. Tied down, so this thing hits any of this metal, and it will come up, and it will hit here. And if it doesn't dent, make a hole in your fender, there will definitely be sparks when this positive terminal hits something else. So it's very important to have this tied down. And you might want to cover it. But as long as it's tied down and you don't have metal objects flying around in your trunk like wrenches, you should be fine. But if you like to keep wrenches in your trunk, they will fly around, they will hit this, and there will be sparks. This might not be the cleanest method, guys, but what I'm doing, I'm just cutting the ends off of these, because these ends are pretty wide to go into the tips of the battery there. So I'm just gonna cut this off and put the tube on. It actually goes on somewhat snugly. I don't think it's gonna come off. So it seems to stay on its own. So yeah, I just cut the end off and stuck this on. So the only other thing I need to do now is find a suitable rubber boot for this. Alright guys, novel idea. I've got a bicycle inner tube here. Usually use the slime 5X or whatnot. These are for 26-inch tires, and honestly I don't even have one of those anymore. This one's not even a slime, so yeah, I'm just gonna deface this and use it as a boot. So obviously this isn't going to clear the quick disconnect, so I just want to make a hole about right here. It's big enough, but it's proving more difficult than I anticipated. And if you would like me to test it, okay. So it's all covered up back there, and it's all covered up here. You need to pull it back, you can. You can pull it back and get to it, but naturally it's kind of tucked in. You're gonna just have to push in a little bit on your own. But for the most part, it does cover it. Maybe not perfectly, but it does cover it. See, if I touch something metal, nothing happens. No sparks. I think that's an arc point right there where we created some sparks. But anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think it is. You don't really need to go overkill, but I do want to make sure that things don't get covered in corrosion. Alright, I'm happy with how the bicycle inner tube turned out. Everything's nice and tight. I still have a quick disconnect, which is tight. And I don't have anything that's have a nice little cover here, so the metal's not exposed on the battery. So theoretically, it shouldn't go up in a big boom. That's how the battery should be installed. Should be.